This time not in simple studio, but in much bigger studio. There is a lot of studios in this world. And of course, it is also important how you're going to find better studio each month. Not to trust too much those web designs that are sometimes very, very abusive no matter what you find. It's very important to build some strange ethics, but also to build a better, simple Java culture to understand for sure that in your code there is no error or no abuse to user. To understand European charity forms it's also not easy because there is a lot of problems that actually bankers make. Not easy to understand those millions of different colors, red and blue, and also yellow, black and white, that bankers use in their code or script of the server. To understand those type of problems, it's not easy, but sometimes it's very important to build only better studio and nothing else. Of course, in studio, you can also build another car, but my philosophy is that cars are actually some sort of modern cancer. If we talk about cancer, you should actually know that if cars do not move and they are silent, they are safe. But once people start using them, they become some sort of a cancer. Not to use too much people ethics or people that are working hard ethics in this year. And it's every year the same when it comes to bigger fortune. 90% of people in this world, but also in city me is living in, and probably you also. It's kind of strange to think about that, but it's very, very important to understand some sort of psychology that a lot of company around the world, this poor world, do not have enough philosophy to build enough ethics for safety in simple drive, for safety in simple window, for safety in blocking also window if it's abusing the human terms of life. To understand sometimes that social problems are not very related to simple technology. You'll actually understand that sometimes it is very, very impossible to build ethics if you are going to listen to other people. To listen to other people, there is millions of problems. So do not listen to other people, whatever forms you are working with. For example, we actually looked for different brands of cars. A Porsche cars brands, also Audi cars and simple TT self-driven cars. To understand those type of ethics or what type of designs you can get from those cars, it's also not easy when it comes to different forms of drive. When it comes to drive, me would recommend a lot of safety patterns. The safety in driving is very important, and the most safe forum in America, in United States of America, it's actually a bus. Also in Europe, the bus is actually the most safe. Also in United Kingdom, the Arriva and bus are the most safe transport. If you are looking for anything else, probably that's not safe. So the cars are some sort of a cancer. To understand different forms of life, it's not easy, but sometimes it is also very important to build agency that will take care of the photos of your company. If the company do not have enough photos, that company is going to fail. It is not going to fail only one day, but it's going to fail each month and each year. To understand also humans and what is the most important, 95% of humanity actually forget that very simple hairs, handsome simple hairs are very important, and also some elegant implants for hairs might be the solution for some people. But of course, it is much better to understand the superfoods that are actually making cells rising hairs again, even if you don't have them. To understand different forms of philosophy, it is not easy, but also to understand different forms of design, to understand different forms of SOS. The stories of success strategy is also important, but also to understand different forms of safety groups, especially if you live in any area under 15 million people. If you are going to understand users better, you'll understand that you should never share your license. Of course, if you share it, you made a mistake. Sometimes mistake is also important to see the best way to invest in yourself. Sometimes you must invest in mistake. On the web is also very important to build difficulty for any type of design with energy, because in 90% the code that developers are making do not have any balance or emotional balance. To understand that forms of ethics, it is some sort of comparable to global warming or warming in cities that some leaders talk about. Me is not leader at all. Me will be the last from all designs, and all the people that's going to follow me, they are going to see this $1 million fiction film, but also real life with design. Sometimes you should actually not trust leaders and not trust me and not trust the last one, me, and not the first one, me. You should not trust any of me. Also, myself do not trust myself. In 90%, I actually doubt all things that I make. Doubting self, it's very important. Doubting humans, it's important. So that's how you are going to build better site. That's how better work every day is possible. If you are going to doubt self, you can actually build better superfoods. Maybe one day in this world or in your city, there will be no cars and there will be no cancer. Looking for that in the work or any type of leading, but me will never become leader. Me will only promote the simple forms of work, almost religious to some people, and not too much rituals, but only ethics and elegance in life for me. But also sometimes, if possible, sharing some ethics to other people in non-violent ways. Also, to build a better communication with other people. But probably elegance will include also simplicity, accompany, are very elegant designs together with health.